So we'll be mainly focusing into lower body, so legs and glutes, or your root chakra. Good, yogi speaking. Nice. We'll be starting in our Supta Baddha Kodasana, or reclined butterfly. So just laying down. I'm gonna bring my notes. Where is it? Here. Good. So just finding yourself laying down for a moment, just a few moments to fully arrive into the bodies. We can bring sole of the feet together, spine on the mat, and opening knees to the sides. Good, and just using a few moments, closing the eyes, arriving into your body from wherever the attention might be. So those worries, workload, fears, in general, away from those distractions. Starting to perceive that room that you are. Just having a contemplation of those walls, the ceiling, providing us with some safety, the floor, providing us with some support. The root chakra is related to the sense of belonging, the sense of trusting, feeling secure in terms of having all the basic needs covered. So we'll be working that solidity of the root of the body. And from the room, starting to make the way into the body. Just having a quick body scan, finding out if we hold any particular parts with lots of tensions, finding out how we feel physically, mentally, and it's all right however we find. There is no rights and wrongs here. And let's begin by connecting with the body parts in contact to the floor. Starting to perceive that sense of rooting down towards the earth, finding that solid earth, the solid floor supporting. And slowly allowing the whole body to embrace that quality, those qualities of solidity and rootedness. And finally, let's arrive at the breath. And let's keep observing how is the breath feeling. How is that flowing today? Without controlling. See if we can find the rhythm of the breath, the quality of the breath. If that's a short and choppy breath, agitated, or maybe not, maybe it's totally the opposite. Good. And slowly let's allow that breath to lengthen. Starting to extend the inhalations, expanding the inhalations in a natural way. Starting to bring in the full yogic breath. So the full yogic breath begins to expand in the abdomen and keeps opening up the rib cage, the diaphragm, chest muscles, and collarbones. Also the back of the upper body opens. Good, then with the exhalations, feeling how those body parts are getting closer to the lungs. All right, keep observing that length of the breath, observing the inhalations, the peak of your inhalation, the exhalations, and the bottom of the exhalations. Let's try to count on your own about 6 more of these conscious breaths. And the last deep breath. Then we'll come back to our natural rhythm of breath. Every time we remember, we will come back into this full yogic breath through the practice. Starting to tap thumbs at the rest of your fingertips. And slowly we can come out from the posture, sending sole of the feet on the mat, knees pointing up to the ceiling. Good. Then maybe hugging the shins, a little rock side to side. Good. We'll continue in our supine posture. Let's keep hugging knees, sending feet in flex, engaging the abdominal muscles, and exhaling, elevating shoulder blades, starting just with a gentle stretch for the lower back, about 3 breaths. Good. Then with the next inhalations, shoulder blades and the left leg back on the mat. Let's bring the left leg activated, so left foot flex, pressing the mat with your left calf, with the hands interlaced. Let's press the right shin towards the chest, starting to bring some sensations around right inner thigh. Good. And while we are here, starting to warm up the ankles, also part of the lower body, so just drawing some circles both directions. Changing directions. Great. Then from here, sending hands behind the right hamstring, extending the whole leg. We can soften the back of the right knee if we feel more comfortable enough by feeling some sensations at the back of the right leg. The right foot flex for a few more moments, trying to spread the toes out, sending some good space between toes. If this is really intense, we come back with the left foot on the mat. Got a few more moments here. From flex, pointing the right foot. Flex, then pointing. Starting to warm up. Front, the shin, front of the foot. Good, one more breath. And let's drop right knee back to the chest. And let's drop. So let's bring left knee back on the chest, activating abdominal muscles, feet in flex, exhaling, shoulder blades away from the mat. And few breaths. And with the next inhalation, shoulder blades and the right leg on the mat. Let's keep hugging left shin. Trying to soften up the shoulders as well, the neck, forehead, any tensions around the face. Good. Right foot flex, activating right leg on the mat and pressing left shin towards the chest. And a bit of movement in the left ankle. Few circles. And changing direction of those circles. Good. And let's change hands behind the left hamstring, extending the left leg. Softening the left knee, maybe coming back with the right foot on the mat if we feel the spine is more comfortable. Good. And a few breaths here. Left foot flex, spreading toes out. And from flex, changing to pointing a few times. Great. And let's drop again the left knee back on the chest. Let's bring right knee towards the chest. Great. Little rock side to side. Good. And just dropping both feet on the mat. The ankles more or less parallel to your knees. So if we extend the arms with the fingertips, we can touch the back of the feet, the ankles. Great. Starting to activate your glutes, inner thighs, and just from gentle movement from the pelvis, tilting the tailbone in and starting to elevate your hips, lower back, middle back, reaching up all the way up to your shoulder blades, just more or less drawing a diagonal line between knees, hips, and chin. And with the exhalation, rolling the spine back to the mat. Good, a few more times at your own rhythm. Trying to maintain some space between chin and throat so we don't close throat and overstretch the neck. Great, then inhaling, reaching all the way up. Good. And from here, let's bring shoulder blades closer to each other, opening up the heart here, feeling it, interlacing hands. Good. We hold for a few breaths. We can stay here. We can bring the right leg extended all the way up, pointing to the ceiling. Good, few more breaths. If we are doing legs, changing to your other leg. Keep sending hips up, keep engaging glutes. Last deep breath. And exhaling back to the mat, opening the arms, shoulder blades back on the mat, rolling the spine and hugging knees. Good. little rock side to side. Good, and dropping both feet. Good, from here we'll be crossing right leg on top of the left, so the right knee gets on top of your left. Good, and from here exhaling, elevating both feet, interlacing hands behind your left hamstring. And maybe a little swing with the legs, up and back. Good. Keep the legs how they are, sending feet on the mat. And with the arms, we'll find our eagle pose. So in this position, the right elbow on top of the left. Good, and the palms closer to each other. Good, just finding the elbows more or less parallel to your shoulders, sending the hands slightly away from your head, finding good stretch at the back of the shoulders. Good, and a few abdominal work. So with the exhalation, elevating feet, elevating shoulder blades, we're trying to get knees and elbows together. With the inhalations, back to the mat. Good, and repeat a few more rounds. Choose the speed for your practice, maybe taking it easy, maybe speed it up if you feel like. And one more round. Good, and inhaling back to your mat, releasing legs, releasing arms. Maybe a little shake to the legs. We'll do the same, opposite, so the left leg crossing over the right. Inhaling here, exhaling, elevating feet, and interlacing hands behind the right hamstring. Just a little swing back and forth, starting to stretch inner groins, hips as well. Good, and we'll drop feet back on the mat, keep the crossed legs, and this time left elbow on top of your right, eagle pose on your arms. Inhaling here, engaging the abs, spine to the mat, exhaling, elevating shoulder blades, and knees towards your elbows. A few more times. Last one. And inhaling back to your mat, releasing, coming up from the posture. Maybe a little shake. Nice, and just sending knees to the chest, hands on your hamstrings, rounding the spine, rolling the spine, and few rocks back and forth, massaging the spine. Great. And from here, we'll be pressing feet. See, we can do it without hands. Pressing feet, help yourself with the motion, then sending hands up, then all the way up. If not using hands, then exhaling, hands to your heart. Great. So from here, inhaling, reaching all the way up with your arms parallel to the ears. Let's take the left wrist with the right hand. You cannot see it. Good. And exhaling, tilt to the right. Just finding a bananasana. We can stay here. We can cross the left foot from behind, finding that stretch into the left leg as well. Outer edge of the leg. Good. And inhaling back to center. And swap. Let's take the right wrist with the left hand. Inhaling here, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, tilt to the left. And maybe crossing from behind the right leg, finding that banana shape. And the last breath. Good. And exhaling back to center. Great. Exhaling, releasing the arms. Good. Inhaling, reaching all the way up. Engaging your legs, inner thighs, glutes, hands together. Exhaling, folding forward with straight spine, maybe soften knees, hands on your mat. Few more warm-ups for the spine, bending knees a lot. Inhaling, rolling the spine, slowly, slowly, allowing arms and shoulders to rest here. Exhaling, shoulders back and down. 2 more times, engaging legs and glutes. Inhaling, reaching up. Lower ribs into the body. Exhaling, folding forward, hands on your mat. Soften knees. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, shoulders back and down. Last one. Inhaling, engaging, reaching up. Exhaling, Uttanasana. Inhaling, rolling up. Exhaling, back and down. Good. So from Tadasana, just connecting a moment with your mountain pose, the mother of all asanas. So maybe closing your eyes and sending the attention at the feet. Starting to root inner side of the feet. Elevating the toes away from the mat. And just find those places of the feet engaging with the mat. And now we can rest the toes back on the mat. Starting to activate your inner thighs, the glutes, lower ribs into the body. One breath here. Good. And with the next inhalation, let's bring hands all the way down. Just touch the mat. Inhaling and exhaling, chair pose. Good. Trying to hold this pose. Keep engaging your legs. Maybe a bit of space between knees so we don't collapse in knees. Good. If we find a tailbone pointing out, and just sending it slightly into the mat. 3 more breaths. Inhaling here. Exhaling, sink the hips a little bit more. Try not to pass knees over the feet. Inhaling. Exhaling, sink a little bit more. Last one. Sink a little bit more. Inhaling, reaching all the way up. Hands together, back to the heart. Maybe a little shake to the legs. Great, so just how you are, I'll change my position for a better perspective. Great, let's bring feet one apart about, that's the measurement of your hips. Good, and let's play with the balance. So sending weight of the body into your left foot. Maybe find a center point to bring the attention. And let's bring the right knee all the way up. Hugging that right knee, just like we did on the mat, pressing knee towards the chest. Trying to keep your left leg in Tadasana, strong. Oops. Good, and from here, with the help of your right hand, opening up to the right, maybe left hand on your waist. Maybe foot in flex or pointing, the best way for you. Good, keep playing with the balance. Back to center. Let's swap hands now to the right. Sorry, right knee on the left. And trying to twist. Right arm now pointing sideways. And let's come back to center. Good, releasing. Little shake. Other side. Good. Slowly transfer weight of the body into the right side. Right leg solid. Elevating left knee. Hugging that knee. Exhaling, knee towards the chest. Few breaths. Finding that balance. Good. Opening up to the left. Maybe hand on the side or on the waist. Back to center, swapping hands. Twist to the right. Exhaling. Good. And back to center. Releasing. Shakes. And continue. Let's continue with a few rounds of Surya Namaskar. So now big toes together, bit of space between the ankles. Keep engaging legs. Good. And inhaling, reaching up. Reaching up, hands together, exhaling, folding forward, hands on the mat. Inhaling, halfway up, long spine, maybe hands on the shins, and the shoulders back and down. Good. Exhaling, step back into the plank or jumping. Great. In plank, trying to bring heels towards the mat, shoulders away from each other. If it's really intense, dropping knees on the mat. 2 more breaths. Great. Then from here, exhaling, knees, chest, chin, or all the way down to the mat. Inhaling, finding a cobra. So just elbows parallel to the shoulders, pressing hands on the mat, shoulders away from ears. Keep squeezing glutes and pressing the mat with the back of the feet. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And the same. Maybe bending knees here if we feel more comfortable. Keep engaging the core. Keep sending hips all the way up. Maybe little paddle here, bending one knee, extending the other leg. Bit of movement. One more breath. Good. And the right leg all the way up and back. Extend the right leg. And from here, drawing some circles. The biggest circle you can draw, but keeping it stable and changing directions of those circles. Good. And exhaling, right foot between hands. Let's drop the left knee, finding your low lunge. Keep engaging inner thighs, lower ribs into the body. Good, and a bit of movement here. So we can relax the back foot. If we feel uncomfortable, we can untuck the feet. With the exhalations, big circle with your arms, extending the right leg, finding half splits. Inhaling, finding low lunge, sinking hips, keep opening inner thighs and hamstrings. Exhaling. Few more times. Great, and let's go back to our low lunge. Good. From here, we can relax hands on the side for a moment. See if we can bend the left knee. Finding the quadriceps stretching, maybe taking that foot with hand, or maybe for a better balance, right hand on the mat. Keep pressing foot towards your hips. Little bit, just finding that sensation at the front of the leg. One more breath. And slowly letting go left foot. Inhaling back to your low lunge. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Extending left leg, right foot back. And we'll do the same on the other leg. So the left leg back and up. Keep the hips aligned, shoulders aligned, solid base for your dog. And drawing some circles with the left leg. Then changing directions of those circles. Great. And with the next exhalation, left foot forward between hands. Dropping the right knee. Inhaling, low lunge. Keep engaging inner thighs. Then sending belly button in and up. Good. And a few more rounds. With the exhalations, extending left leg, nose to the toes. Good. If when we extend the leg brings a bit of discomfort around the lumbars, could happen. Just allow micro-bending the knee. Great. And back to your low lunge. And we rest hands on the lap, just finding that good balance. And maybe bending the right knee and taking that foot. The same, if the lap doesn't work, we use the floor. Keep pressing foot towards the hips, finding the psoas, quadriceps, good stretch. Last deep breath. Good, and slowly letting go right foot. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, hands on the mat, tucking, extending right toes. And this time, stepping forward with your right foot on the next exhalation. Big toes together. Exhaling, nose to the knees. Soften the knees. Inhaling, reaching up on your own way. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Good. Engaging Tadasana from feet to the crown of the head. One breath. Good. Inhaling, swapping hands down. Exhaling, chair pose. Great. Let's go for a twist. So hands together. Right elbow into the left side. Keep a bit of space in between knees so we don't press them and hurt them. Good. We can stay here for a bit more challenge. Keep working that balance. Try to elevate the right foot. And slowly, let's step back with the right foot, finding your high lunge. Nice. Few breaths, 2 or 3 breaths. Good. Then inhaling, finding the high lunge. Arms parallel to the ears. The front of the body centered. So if we find the body is coming forward, maybe soften the back knee a little bit. Good. And we'll do a few squats, variation of squats. So with the exhalation, bending the right knee all the way to the mat. Inhaling back up. Few more rounds on your own. You may like doing 3 rounds or maybe 10 rounds. Up to you. Good. Last round. Inhaling back to center. Great. So from here, let's swap the weight of the body front to the front foot and slowly kicking the right leg back. Finding your warrior three. Strong left leg. One more breath. And exhaling. Find that right knee coming forward. Strong leg. Good. Staying here or try to extend the right leg front. It's fine if we are low. That's fine. One more breath. And exhaling back to your warrior three. Inhaling here. Exhaling down to your mat. Bending left knee. Dropping right foot. Back to your plank. Few moments here. So with the exhalation, sending left knee towards left elbow. Inhaling back to plank. Exhaling right knee. Back to plank. Few more rounds. Last one. And exhaling, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga on the mat. Inhaling, cobra. Squeezing glutes and legs. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And few moments here. Great, and with the next inhalation, right foot forward. Exhaling, left knee towards your nose. Inhaling, kicking left leg back, maybe extending the right leg as well, finding halfway up. Exhaling, nose to knees, bending both knees. Few more times, inhaling, extending, finding half splits. Exhaling, nose to knees. Last one. Great. Keep the balance on your right foot, finding yourself back to Tadasana. Take that left leg, cross it over your right. And the same with the arms. Left elbow on top of the right. Finding your eagle pose, sink the hips, few breaths. Good, inhaling back to Tadasana, releasing the arms, give a good shake. All right, let's do the same round, one more time. So taking a moment to reconnect with Tadasana, from feet to the ground. One breath. And inhaling, reaching all the way up. Exhaling, folding forward. Bending knees, inhaling, chair pose. Engaging thighs, exhaling, hands together. Left elbow into the right outer edge of the thigh. Few press on the twist. Maybe challenging the balance, elevating left foot. And let's step back with the left foot into high lunge. Keep the twist, few more breaths. Inhaling, arms parallel to the ears. Exhaling, sinking left knee towards the mat. Few rounds, inhaling back up. Exhaling, sinking. Last one. Good. Inhaling back to center, visualizing that warrior three. And whenever you're ready, shifting weight of the body forward. Warrior three. Great. And slowly send that leg front and kick that leg. Maybe keep right leg strong. Good. Inhaling back to warrior three. Exhaling slowly, bending right knee, making the weight down to the mat and plank. And playing with the knees. Exhaling knee to the elbow. Inhaling back to plank. Exhaling all the knee. Last one. Then back to center, exhaling knees, chest, chin, or down to the mat. We can do a cobra or maybe an upward facing dog, extending the legs. Keep pressing the mat with the back of the feet. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Very good, one more breath. And the left foot will go forward between the hands. With the exhalation, hug the right knee as well, right knee towards the nose. Inhaling, kicking the leg, right leg back, maybe extending the left as well. Exhaling, nose to knees. Few more times. Last one. Good. Flex the left knee and slowly finding the balance in the left foot. Coming back front. Finish to cross left knee over the left. Sorry, right knee over the left. And the right elbow on top of the left. Flex the left knee. And your eagle pose. Few moments here. Good. And inhaling, releasing. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Good. Couple of breaths. And we'll go to the last sequence. Good. So from here, inhaling, reaching up, palms together. Exhaling, folding forward, hands on the mat. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhaling, both feet back, plank. And a vinyasa or knees, chest, chin. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. Extending the legs. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And from here, sending feet to the edges of the mat, toes pointing out and the heels pointing in. Then with hands walking towards your feet. And from here, bending knees, finding the yogi squats. Arms inside part, palms together, the arms using as spring to keep opening inside of the legs. Three more breaths. Good. And now we can drop hips on the mat. Knees together. Good. Maybe give a shake to the legs. Great. And we'll move into Jani Sirsasana. So from here, let's pick up the right foot and the right sole of the foot close to the left side. The left foot in flex, always making sure that the sitting bones are rooting down, maybe coming with a bit of support if it's needed. And inhaling, reaching up, lower ribs into the spine, exhaling, folding forward. Nose towards the toes, maybe bending the knee here, maybe taking the foot, see what you like doing, few press. Good, then inhaling, letting go of the foot, back to center. Great, just crossing the shins, back to your tabletop, downward facing dog. And facing front, soften the knees, engaging the core, have a little jump while crossing shins and sitting. And extending legs. Good. And we'll do the same. So picking up the left foot, close to the right inner thigh, right full flex as much as we can, as much as feels good. Inhaling, reaching up, belly button in and up. Exhaling, folding forward. Last deep breath. And inhaling, back to center. Great. So let's prepare the body now that lower body, we worked loads the lower body. Preparing lower body for our lotus position. It's a seated position, a meditation position. Good. So just how you are, the legs are in front. Let's pick up the right knee in, that we've been doing, and picking up from the foot and the knee. Good. And maybe a little opening and closing here. Good. If the hips are more flexible, then maybe we can hug it like a baby and do the same. Good, and from here we'll be closing that knee. So closing as much as we can. And ideally the left knee will be on top of the right, but it's okay if we got the ankle today, so it's the same. Good. If the knee feels a bit discomfort, then we can bring a bit of support in between. Something like that, or maybe in between the knee as well. Good. And from here, again, inhaling, reaching all the way up. And exhaling, folding forward, resting hands. Then inhaling back to center, releasing right leg, and we'll do the same with the left. So picking up the left knee, the left foot, little swing, opening and closing. But then closing the knee as much as we can, maybe resting shin or ankle. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, folding forward, resting hands. Good, then inhaling back to center, releasing legs. Good, now let's try the cross-legged position. Good, so from your cross-legged, let's try to bring the front foot in and close to the right hip. Few breaths here. Any pain around knee, we do the same. Propping or in between the knee. Few breaths. Maybe resting hands on your thighs. Back to the breath. Good, and releasing the front foot and change. So let's bring that front leg behind and we'll do the same with the front foot. Taking that foot in, close to the side, resting hands. Very good, and slowly releasing. Releasing the whole posture, maybe a little shake to the legs, and we'll go for Shavasana. Almost run out of time. Good. So for Shavasana, making yourself nice and comfy. Spine on the mat, feet to the edges of your mat. Closing the eyes if that's comfortable. If not, steering anywhere around the ceiling. Good. And using the last few moments for yourself, investing last moments of your practice in whatever you need. So it might be some relaxation, embracing completely stillness without any effort, or maybe practicing a bit of meditation. See what is needed today. And this relaxation is finishing. Gently starting to call the attention back into the breath. And allowing some gentle wiggle coming from fingers and toes. And bit by bit, allowing any movement that comes into the body. Good. Maybe hugging knees and reactivating the back of the body with a little swing side to side. Good. And just dropping knees to one of the sides and slowly, so we don't get dizzy, we'll find a seated position to finish the practice. Great, so closing the practice with some affirmations. And you can repeat these affirmations loudly or silently. Great, so we'll bring the thumbs all the way up towards the forehead, taking an exhalation. Good, and our affirmation is, I am safe. Coming close to the lips, our affirmation is, I trust. And back into the heart, affirmation, I am love. Good, thank you very much, guys. Hope you enjoy the practice. Any questions, please do.